Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Jeff Pang. We're going to be talking about trigger points. A trigger point is a hyper-irritable, hypersensitive, and hyper-contracted knot that occurs within a muscle. If you compress it, if you stretch it, if you load it, it's going to cause pain. And everyone has experienced pain from trigger points. If you've ever had neck pain, or back pain, or shoulder pain, or hip pain, chances are your pain at some time was caused by a trigger point. And while most trigger points will improve with treatment options that are available at home, some can go on to be a persistent cause of chronic pain. So my goal here is to teach people about trigger points. We'll talk about common treatment options, and at the end, I'll tell you why I think therapeutic needling is one of the fastest and most effective ways to treat trigger points so that they stop causing pain. All my videos have timestamps found below, so feel free to jump straight to sections that are relevant to you. If you enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Trigger points are overlooked as a cause of chronic pain. The most severe trigger points can cause pain when you're not even moving. They are commonly referred to as a muscle knot or a muscle spasm. You can form trigger points in pretty much any muscle in the body. And they can form for all sorts of reasons. Trauma can do it, injuries can do it, poor posture can do it, repetitive movements or chronic tension can do it, and other risk factors include a sedentary lifestyle, lack of exercise, physical stress or mental stress, sleep deprivation, nutritional deficiencies. The list goes on and on. Any one or a combination of these things can result in a hypercontracted muscle. This then develops into a trigger point. And the problem with that is that once you get these hypercontracted muscle fibers, they start a cascade causing pain. Trigger points clamp down on the blood vessels that supplies the muscle. This restricts blood flow. And the reduction in blood flow causes an imbalance in muscle chemistry. The muscle can no longer get the nutrients or the energy that it needs to release that contraction. So it stays stuck in a contracted state. This restricts range of motion. It causes muscle and joint stiffness. It causes muscle weakness. And all of this results in persistent and chronic pain. People often describe their symptoms as a deep ache or even a burning pain. Some people feel a tingling or a numbing sensation. The pain can often disturb sleep, it can affect day-to-day activities, and it has a huge negative impact on emotions and mental well-being. Unfortunately, there is no test to diagnose trigger points. There is no blood test, there is no imaging study, x-rays, CT scans, MRI studies. None of these can diagnose a trigger point. A trigger point can only be diagnosed with a thorough physical exam through direct palpation. I recommend being extremely aggressive in treating trigger points. And this is because I have found trigger points to be so difficult to get rid of. Usually, a combination of treatment options will help make the trigger point go away. This will include stretching and strengthening exercises, applying heat, deep soft tissue massage, TENS units or massage guns, Tylenol or ibuprofen or Aleve. These are all first-line treatment options. But for those with persistent pain, one of the fastest and most effective ways to treat a trigger point is something called therapeutic needling. Inserting a thin needle into a trigger point stimulates a local contraction. This is called a twitch response. A twitch response is a sign of successful treatment. When we needle and when we break down the trigger point, the muscle is finally able to relax. This restores normal blood flow, and the chemical imbalance in muscle chemistry is fixed. And when that happens, the pain improves, and eventually it goes away. Consider the following analogy to better understand trigger points. Let's pretend that this long rope is a muscle. Now imagine we tied a bunch of knots into this rope so that it looks like this. Each knot here is a trigger point that lies within a muscle. Notice the rope is now shorter than before. Shorter muscles restrict range of motion. It causes muscle stiffness, and it results in muscle weakness. Now imagine we have a tool, and this tool can be inserted directly into each one of these knots. This can help untangle and unravel this rope. And once that happens, the rope can extend back to its normal length. This is what therapeutic needling does. It breaks up muscle knots. This promotes muscle relaxation, it restores normal function, and it reduces pain. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this information useful, please share with others who may also benefit. Please also share your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know if you have any ideas for future content. Please also consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. I can also be found on Twitter at JeffreyPengMD, and I write on my blog at jeffreypengmd.com.